we are going to review controlling. We will see it's a quick meeting. We will see mainly the main objects of controlling. We are going to talk about controlling area. You know company code already, and from logistics side, purchase organization. We were reviewing that the other day for vendors also. And in the CO side, in the controlling side, the main structure entity is the controlling area. Okay? I have included a couple of screens. Even without jumping to the system, I think it's clear here. You see that controlling area 1000 is assigned to multiple company codes. The controlling area, for example, is the...
Juan Pablo, just we are not seeing your screen.
Sorry. It's true. Give me 1 second. Share screen. There we go. Can you see it now?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. I was saying that we will review the main topics for controlling, and at the beginning, the main structures and master data that we have inside controlling module. We call it CO, just for your reference. And the first thing we will see is the controlling area. Okay, as I was saying, in this screen, in the document, in the PowerPoint, you see that we are using one controlling area globally. Okay, what does it mean? That companies like 9,000, okay, are assigned to this controlling area, but also 9,100. So Peru, Canada, all the different company codes are assigned to this controlling area. And what does it mean? The controlling area, for example, is the structure to which we assign the cost centers, okay? The cost centers are assigned, and we will see that, to a cost center structure, like groups, okay? A hierarchy. And this hierarchy itself is assigned to controlling area 1000. That will allow me, for example, to report globally all cost centers without need of generating different controlling reports per each company code. So in some way, you are consolidating the controlling side of the information in one controlling area, okay? This controlling area has been set up with currency US dollars, okay? In the cost centers, and we will see that, we will be able to review the amounts in the controlling area currency, for example, US dollars, or in the cost center currency that normally will match the local currency, okay? Questions regarding that? I hear some pings. Let me check. No, it's in the other one. Okay. Okay. I think there was a kind of question. Well, Pablo, you tell me if there is any kind of question. I don't know. Pablo is connected. No. Well, if someone wants to make a question, please let me know. Yeah? Because I don't see the Hangout chat. Okay, so if you want to go to the system for a second, I will jump to it and show you how is the controlling area set up for controlling area 1000. Okay? Controlling, general controlling. Here we maintain the controlling area. and as I was showing there in the PowerPoint, okay, we have the assignment, we have multiple controlling areas, but the one that you are using is this one that was created in the template side. And there you have the assignment of all company codes, okay? And the data of these controlling areas, I was saying, is that it allows cross-company code cost accounting, okay? And the currency is USD, okay? Those are the important things that you can see here in the controlling area level. In the PowerPoint, now we will see the next topic for controlling that is important, and is the cost element, okay? If you see in the PowerPoint, we are seeing here a document, one of the documents that we processed the other day. Kirsty, Francisca, Paul, can you see that the account that is highlighted here in orange is the account 6599090, okay? That is is an account that belongs to P&L, is an expense account, and here I have highlighted also that it was posted to a cost center. You remember the other day when we were posting invoices for vendors, for services, we were using this cost center, okay? And if we talk about posting to a cost center, what we need to understand is that the account should allow you to post to cost centers, okay? And that kind of account, this kind of account, is what we call in the system cost element, okay? Here you have a small screen, but I will show you that in the system, okay? Let me check what was the document, 53, okay. Let me go to the system. I will display the accounting document, transaction FB03, okay, same transaction that we were using the other days, the basic transaction to display documents, FB03. Oh, sorry. Okay, company code 9100 and fiscal year 2017. Here is our document. As you can see, we have different line items, okay? And this was an invoice that we created for Chicharito, okay? The first line is the vendor item of 1,120, expense account of 1,070, and the tax, okay? And here, in this column that I am highlighting, we see the cost center, okay? So, as I was saying, the second line is the expense account, and it was posted to a cost center. But where the cost element is defined? When I go to the GL account master data, I can drill down from there, okay? This is the account. Other expenses is in English. 9,100, company code, okay? We can do the translations. For example, as we were mentioning, I will just translate this one to be sure you follow the topic, okay? Other expenses. So these are accounts that we are going normally to post to cost centers, okay? Okay, we save it. Okay, this is the main screen for GL accounts. And if you see here, we have a button that says edit cost element. What does it mean? When I press that, okay, I access to the view of CO of controlling of the same GL account, okay? So it's like the same GL account is included in a view for accounting and a view for controlling. If the account is not created as cost element, I will not be able to post to cost centers, okay? And here, for cost elements, the important field that we have is the cost element category, okay? We have multiple values here, okay? We have cost element categories to be posted as primary cost or cost reducing revenues, we have cost elements that are classified as revenues, okay? And then we have what we call secondary cost elements. Secondary cost elements, this codes 12, 22, will not match GL accounts normally. In fact, we have more categories, okay, that are used for internal controlling transactions. I will jump to that later, okay? I will explain you that. But at this point is just to let you understand that the GL accounts, if you want, are extended to controlling through this process. This is at controlling area level, if you see. Here it doesn't say company code, okay? So you will not be able to work on this because it's a template setting, is global. So it will not affect you on the day-to-day activities, this situation of create cost elements. But it's good to know that if the account is not created as cost element, you will not be able to post to a controlling object, to an order, to a cost center, to a project, okay? Those are the important things to understand from here. I will go back, okay? And here, in the PowerPoint, you will see that I am including the transactions also, where you can directly access to check if it's a cost element or not. KA01, as we saw the other day, 01 is for creation, you will not use it. KA02, modification, for sure you will not use it because it's for all the controlling area, for all the countries, for all the company code. So it should be centralized. And then you have KA03 that can let you display and review if the account is a cost element or not. Okay, so that transaction, maybe you can use it if necessary. I included in the PowerPoint a second slide, okay, saying that we have also secondary cost elements. There is a question from Paul, I think. If I define a GL account to have a cost center, must I always enter a cost center when I use that GL account? For some accounts, Paul, you can have also the alternative to post to an order, okay? But if you create an account as a cost element, okay, this transaction KA01 that we were reviewing, you are forced to post to a controlling object, okay? Controlling cost center an order. In your case, per my understanding, you will not use orders, okay? So if it's cost element, you will be forced to post to a cost center, okay? I will check your message. Perfect, okay, clear. What I was showing here, and then I will stop to ask questions, the secondary cost element, okay? Secondary cost element, and I will display it just here, is like an internal controlling account. For example, let's suppose you have a cafeteria, a coffee shop, a cost center, and that provides services. That cost center provides services to all the company, and the costs and expenses you have there. The coffee shop cost center, you want to distribute those expenses to the rest of the cost centers. You can perform this kind of activities inside controlling, and maybe you don't want to touch the original GL accounts, okay? You want just to credit this coffee shop cost center inside controlling. You don't touch the GL side, the accounting books for legal purposes, and you debit the receiver cost centers, okay? Let's suppose administration, logistics, or whatever. In that way, inside controlling, you will put a zero balance in your coffee shop cost center, and then charge the corresponding percentage of the cost center to the other cost centers. That is a thing that is possible in the system. We had a chat with Eduardo yesterday, and per my understanding, you will not be using this in Canada, okay? But it's something that is good to understand, that you have the possibility to be using this functionality, and for that functionality, there are some other cost elements. We call them secondary cost elements, and these are not cost elements that you are going to see as GL accounts, okay? So it's for internal reclassification of figures only, okay? Questions there?
Can you give us one example?
Yeah, that example, for example, is I post expenses to my, for example, coffee shop, coffee store, or cleaning services cost center. Okay, I post all the expenses with the corresponding GL accounts. GL account of, I don't know, I bought some for the coffee shop, for example, let's say coffee shop cost center. Electricity. I have a GL account for electricity. I have a GL account for other expenses. So two postings there. Okay, 1,000 and 1,000. I want to split these amounts at the end of the month because logistics department drinks coffee. Administration department drinks coffee. Okay, so I set an account that I can call, for example, 922021, saying coffee services. Okay. Do you want me to do it in an Excel sheet? I think that will be.
No, I think I understood you. Just basically like subdivisions of distribution of costs among departments.
Exactly.
That's when you would use the secondary cost elements, correct?
Yeah. But in SAP, you will find, Francisca, that is a little confusing because if you select the option of distribution, it will use the original GL accounts to credit the sender cost center, okay? The coffee shop in this case. We call it assessment to the functionality to distribute cost with these secondary cost elements, okay? It's just a convention from the system. We will call it assessment for this distribution using internal accounts, okay? Is that clear enough?
Okay, thank you. Okay. Yes, it's clear, thank you.
Okay. Then if we go back to the PowerPoint, we will start to see cost center, okay? And for cost centers, we have a cost center structure. I included there in the PowerPoint the transaction OKEON. This transaction allows you to generate a hierarchy structure to group your cost centers, okay? And as you can see here in the PowerPoint, for example, for Peru, you have one node of the structure for president, other node of the structure for vice presidents, other node for administrative expenses, one for financial expenses, one for, I don't know, corporate projects, okay? And inside each of them, you assign the cost centers. Why this structure, okay? Because when you execute a report, you can select or the nodes, let's call the node Peru, okay, with all the cost centers, or you can select the expenses posted to the cost centers of all vice presidents, where it says vice president corporate, or you can select all the cost centers assigned to a vice president of operations, for example, or you can execute the report by a particular cost center or group of cost centers that you define inside the report. We will see that, okay? But you have all the options regarding your grouping to use the reports as you want, without any kind of restriction and with a lot of flexibility. So this structure is very important because it allows you to prepare your reporting in each of the cost centers or in each of the groups or nodes of this structure, okay? So for the cost center itself, you create the cost center and then going back in the PowerPoint, you assign it to a node of the structure. For example, the cost center 90301010002 for Peru is administrative cost center, and it's assigned to a node that is administrative expenses, for example, okay? And here in this node, you can have multiple cost centers, okay? For example, let's suppose you have a structure that is called finance and administration. And there inside, you can have one cost center for treasury, one cost center for administration, one cost center for, I don't know, controlling and management department, and so on. It depends a lot of the structure that you have in your company, and the cost center normally is assigned by responsibility, okay? But persons, about the persons that are responsible for certain kind of expenses, okay? Now in the PowerPoint, and I will jump to the system with this, we have the main screen for cost centers and also the transactions, okay? If you remember, I will go back. A defines controlling in SAP. A was for cost element, 01 creation, 02 was modification, and 03 display. If I go to the cost center slide, I will see more or less the same. Is K for controlling, S will mean cost centers, 01 is to create the cost center, 02 to modify a cost center, and 03 to display a cost center. Here I have a question maybe for Ronald. The creation of cost centers is on the subsidiaries or is centralized also, Ronald? Hello?
Juan Pablo, let me check that with Eduardo, and I will let you know in a few minutes.
Okay, perfect. Current situation in quality assurance environment is I see only one cost center created for Canada, okay? I think we need still to develop this structure and define the different cost centers. That's why for this particular training, we are going to use that cost center, okay? And see the reports for that cost center, but you can have multiple cost centers for sure. Questions until here? No? Okay. I will access again because for sure I was disconnected. Okay. So I will jump to the screen of displaying the cost center. Okay. This is the cost center we have created until now. It's for all Fortuna Canada. Okay. And here we have, first of all, the description, a validity period that's important. If you change, for example, a parameter, let's suppose you assign, I don't know, administration to Kirsty or Francisca, and treasury to another person. And then suddenly this person leaves the company and you want to reassign treasury to Francisca or Kirsty, okay? And with this validity period, okay, you can change data without changing the cost center number, okay? It's like a subview by period of the same cost center. We see here person responsible. That is the first field. You can put a name there normally. We have the cost center category, okay? This is, here, Pablo, we need to take a note to translate the categories to English, okay? They are not translating.
Okay.
As you can see, normally this is classified by function, okay? Like development of product, production, logistics, finances, administration, sales, stuff like that, okay? It's a classification. Here, we assign the node where the cost center is assigned in the structure we were seeing. I will use that transaction that it was OKEON, okay? Give me 1 second. To see the hierarchy and see where we have assigned Canada, okay? Give me 1 second. Here it is at the top, okay? We have this node, and there we have assigned Canada, okay? This structure is freely definable, okay? So it's important that I don't know exactly the structure of your departments there in Canada, that you sit down, you define this structure because it will allow you to have good reporting tools inside controlling, okay? Let me check if there is a question or something.
Juan Pablo, could you show the cost center structure for Fortuna Peru?
Yeah. We were showing that in the PowerPoint. Here is the structure, for example.
So that's the one we're going to use as base to create a structure for Canada.
Okay, perfect. That's good. Very good example. Here you see, let me open this. We have cost centers that have been created, have been grouped, and I can report for one cost center, for the 3 cost centers at the same time, okay? If I use this node in my reports, I will report the values of the 3 cost centers in one shot, okay, for example. If I report by this node, I will show all Peruvian expenses, okay? That's a way we need to understand this structure, and from there, we will be able to use reports with more flexibility, okay? The cost centers are assigned to a company code, so in that way, we ensure that no one from other company code can post to this particular.
Juan Pablo, could you explain again, please? Paul is requesting to a second explanation, please.
Okay. I will jump to a report that we normally use for controlling, and there you will see what is important of the importance of this structure. Okay. Give me 1 second. Monetization. Okay. If we are jumping ahead in the PowerPoint, but anyway, it will be useful to understand. If we go to controlling, to the information system, we were chatting about this with Eduardo. This report will be the one that we are going to use more. There are a lot of reports, but this is a good example. Okay, here we compare actuals with planned values, and we identify the variances. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. So controlling area is 1,000. I have a period of 2017. I can put a from period to period. Let's put, for example, January. Okay. And then I can indicate to the system the cost center or the cost center group. Okay. Both things. Okay. If for Canada, I only have one cost center, let me look for the number, it was here, and now I will give you, Paul, the example with Peru also. I can put the cost center value here, and I execute. Okay? It will give me all the cost elements or expenses, GL accounts that have been posted to this cost center, and if I double click, okay, I can go to the line items, for example. You remember the invoices that we were posting the other day are all there in this cost element, other expenses. So I am jumping from the cost center report, drilling down to the line items. But let's suppose I don't want to see the expenses of one cost center, but of a group of cost centers. I can use this other field, cost center group, okay? And the cost center group is not other thing than, for example, this node here in the structure, okay? Instead of including 901, 00, 1000, I will include, for example, 9,100 Canada. As we have only one cost center, the value will be the same in this case. Okay? But we are seeing that the cost center group is a tool that allows me to group cost centers and report them in one shot. In the case of Peru, if I do the same exercise, okay, look at this. I go to Peru, and I have, for example, 3 cost centers, okay? Let's see if we have any data already. I will open the values in the report for this particular cost center. I remove this, and I execute. Okay, we have 52 US dollars for this account in this cost center. Let's try to use the other cost center and see if we have values. Okay, this is the second cost center. I will change the value. No, we don't have values there. Let me try the third one to see if we can summarize something. If not, anyway, we will see the distance. Okay, we don't have here neither. But independently of that, if instead of these individual values that you are seeing with the little red icon, I list the group that is above those cost centers, that is grouping those cost centers, I put it here, and see how the report changed a little bit, okay? You see these are nodes, okay? And when I go down, this other part of the report is in context. Let me go up in the structure to see if we can find something that will allow me to show you how the structure becomes into picture. I will go for all Peru, okay? So I am going above and going up in the nodes of the structure. You see now, here I have nodes, okay? And for each of the nodes, I can have different cost centers. And in the same report, I can see, okay, this is the value for this cost center. Give me 1 second. Let me check if I have any value. Okay, we have 2 values. Okay, let's see where they are. Okay, here we have 52. And here we have 52, okay? So if you see, when I step on this node, I have 52. When I step in this one, I have 55.61, okay? So the cost centers, including this group, are having these postings. And if I go up, the system is showing me everything, okay? So for Canada, for example, I have some expenses for administration. I have some expenses for logistics. In administration, I have 1,000. In logistics, I have 2,000. If I stepped here in the report, in the left panel, in the administration node, it will show me 1,000. If I step in the logistics node, it will show me 2,000. And if I step, let's suppose here, at the top level of Canada, it will show me 3,000. Okay? That's the way to understand how it works and how to think on what is a convenient structure to define here for Canada. If you see right now, for Canada, we have only one node with one subgroup and the cost center, okay? That is a thing we need to sit down and think about to allow us split expenses by responsibilities and have a good reporting tools, okay? Questions on that? No? Okay. Okay, cost center master data. And the last item was the item we were reviewing, but I want to go a little bit deeper on that. On the cost center reports, okay, let's go back to our Canada cost center. This was the cost center, okay? I can see there the items. Here, there should come the text. It was good that I changed the text of this cost element to the translation in English, other expenses, okay? And we see the text here. Here, as there is no translation, the system is repeating the GL account, okay, the number. But for any of these expenses, I can double click here and go to the line items, okay? If I see something strange or whatever I need, for example, let's go back 1 second. And hey, I have this account, it's an expense account, but with negative balance, with a credit balance. That should not be a regular situation. So I can double click here, go to the line items, okay, and see what is this line item, okay, and who created that line item. So I will double click here. I am in the controlling document in this side. If I want, going back, I can go, let me go here, environment, to the accounting document, okay? And in the accounting document, I can see what has happened for this particular document and why it's a negative value, okay? There was a clearing document that I don't know why credited this account of fuel, okay? And that was posted, sorry, this is account. price difference. It was a price difference that was posted to that particular cost center in this transaction. Then I can see who created this, document. In this case, it's Guillermo, and we can ask him, if necessary, hey, why this negative balance in this particular account for this cost center? So again, as we were saying these days, a lot of capability of drill down and identifying who made that posting, and everything is integrated on real time, okay? I didn't need to run any batch session or process to get the connection between accounting and CO, okay? This is a very useful report. And another thing that we can mention is that you can have plan values in this report, and in our chat with Eduardo, he explained me that normally you upload to the system planned values once a year, okay? I don't know if you're aware about that. There is an uploading tool, and we agreed with Eduardo in that sense that for the beginning, it will be a little complicated for you to do this upload yourself. Okay, so maybe the idea there, and Eduardo can correct me if I am wrong, the idea we discussed with him is that you prepare the Excel file in a predefined format that Fortuna Corporate will provide you, and the people there can upload the planned values for you. You will see the planned costs against the actual costs in this report, and here you will have the calculation of the absolute variance and the percentage variance, okay? Questions regarding this? No questions? Because
how do you export this into Excel? Because I know I have seen it exported into Excel as a pivot table.
Report, export, and here you select spreadsheet, okay? You put file name and so on, okay? It's not the same, as I told you the other day, Kirsty, on that. Unfortunately, SAP has made many approaches about this. Another way, I think, give me 1 second. Office integration. This allows you, okay, these office integration options to see it directly in Excel, okay? Give me 1 second. I think it was this. Yeah. It depends a lot of how you have the setup of your macros and stuff like that in the Excel side also, okay? But you see, I am in SAP, I have the report, and I can do all the different things that I do in Excel normally, okay? Can copy this to another spreadsheet.
What I've seen is, what I've seen it as when it's been exported is it's been exported with the various cost centers. And it shows up as a pivot table, so you can drill down into it, and it will cut all the details regarding that single item will show up as a separate sheet. This could do that as well.
Yeah, here if you want,
So we get something like this with all the like multiples on there, and
if
it would be exported into Excel.
Yeah. In this one, you have the icon, okay, for Excel. And here,
yeah,
it's perfectly exported, okay? Because when you have this alternative that show you this window,
There you go. Tables and then pivot table will enable me. Okay, cool.
yeah? Give me 1 second. There we are, okay?
Yeah, so that's the table, and if you'd chosen pivot table, it would have come down as the pivot table.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
cool.
you.
You're welcome. This is I said this meeting was going to be short, okay? Because this is the stuff that we covered with Eduardo and was inside the idea of the presentation, okay? There is a lot of more of content in controlling. There is what we call internal orders. In the case of Lindero Argentina, they will be using other objects related to the PS module, the project system module, okay? And here, what I can show you now is, again, as we said before, okay, in accounting, controlling, okay, there you have all the reports inside the information system here, okay, for controlling. And inside cost center accounting, that is the main thing you are going to use, you have a lot of reports for line items, for actual versus actual, for plan versus actual. So in actual versus actual, you will be able to compare the actual values from this period to the actual values of the previous period, for example. And the functionality of the report, okay? You see, the main screen is exactly the same to the one we saw, okay? They work exactly the same. You have a cost center group or individual cost centers. You can select here the cost elements, or if you want shell accounts of expenses, to limitate the report, to filter the report, and so on, okay? So if you understood how to work on that one, it will be the same for all of them, at least with Eduardo, the one that he pointed to be used as the most frequent one is this one. And if you have any kind of question or comment, please write me and we will review it. It's very easy in all of them. The other thing I wanted to mention is that in controlling, you have a controlling period also, okay? You have the accounting periods and the controlling periods. But as you're having one controlling area, normally that closing should be centralized, okay? Needs to be coordinated and centralized. Questions regarding this? No questions from no one? Anyone?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. I will
Thank you.
do one more thing before leaving. Yesterday, we had a chat with Ronald, with Luis, and there were some topics that were not covered, okay? I want to clarify that. One of the topics was the reversal of a payment, okay? The one I can show you now if you want. Can you give me 1 second? 1 second, I'm coming back. Give me 1 second.
Paul, we have 2 pictures of you in the video conference.
I'm back, sorry, emergency. Okay, regarding payments, we saw all the payments yesterday from accounts payable, from treasury training course, but we didn't see how to reverse a payment, okay? There is a transaction that in the system, if you follow the menu, as we were saying the other days, it's inside accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, okay? And here we can have multiple options, but let me check for that. Reverse, what is it? Document, here. In document, okay, you have the reverse option, and there you have individual reversal, okay? But don't get confused. That will allow you, the transaction is FB08, okay? That will allow you to reverse something like an invoice. Why? Because it's a simple document, okay? So FB08 is for a document that has not been paid, has not been cleared, okay? For payments, and this is why I wanted to highlight this, we have a transaction that is called FBRA. This transaction asks you for a clearing document. The clearing document is, for example, in the payment, the document that you have generated with the payment. One that was there in the system, company code is now 9100, fiscal year 2017. Okay. And I will check the items before reversing the document. This is the document that was generated as a test for Treasury. Okay. There was an invoice and it was paid by this document. Okay. So we can go back, and once I am sure that that is the correct document, I will press save here. The system will ask me, in this case, payment was posted with withholding tax in this particular case. Are you sure you want to reverse the document? Yes. And it will ask me, if you remember, we saw the reversal for an invoice, okay? We discussed it at that moment with FB08, and if I wanted the reversal on the same period, I post 01. The system will automatically take the date of the payment in this case, and we post to the same day. If I use 02, I am telling the system that I am reversing something from a previous period, so I will be requested to indicate the date because the period is closed. Okay? 01, I press enter here, and clearing document was reset, and then the document was posted to perform the reversal. Okay? If I go now to display that document, transaction FB03, if you remember, to display document, the document is 20 all zeros 8. And we are reversing everything. The vendor, okay, is debited, is now credited again. The withholdings instantly being credited are being debited, okay? And Scotiabank, the money is back. It's a debit to the Scotiabank, okay? And if we see now the vendor account, we will see that this amount, 641.22, will be there as an open item, okay? The transaction to review the open items for vendor, if you remember, it was FBL1N, okay? This is the transaction. I will expand this here in orange. Okay. Vendor account, open items. And here we have the transaction that was reversed. Okay. So it's open again and it's ready for another payment when necessary because we reversed this payment. Questions about that? No questions? Okay. Questions regarding other topics or other things we have reviewed these days?
Christy mentioned that you were gonna get back to us about the report for over $100,000K, over $100,000.
Yeah, we need to look on that and send you, maybe if you want, instead of a meeting, we can send you a document with the details to get that from the system. Yeah? But step by step procedure.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Or you are ready to start Friday there?
It's snowing in Canada.
Friday anyway.
It's still Friday, right?
Yeah.
Let me check Hangouts.
Stop broadcast.